Alright, in this video, so numbers are really important. They seem to be everywhere. They're involved with everything pretty much. And it's important to know if you're considering looking into numerology, there's a few things you need to know, especially about numerologist.com and this kind of numerology report that you've been seeing everyone talk about. The problem is, most of the reviews about this thing seem like they're written by robots. And I was amazed to find that there's basically nobody talking about this, at least from what I found, who seems to know what they're talking about and who actually can explain it in a way that makes sense and isn't just some kind of random robot talking about it. So, firstly, there is a link in the description which takes you to where you can get a free report, a personalized video, which will go into your exact numerology and kind of explain it for you. So I would recommend you do that now so you can kind of follow along as we go through the video. So let's just dive into it. So numbers are seemingly behind everything and they kind of dictate what your life is going to be like, right? It sounds like it's going to be a scam. It sounds like it's absolute nonsense, but it is kind of a mind trip. So you need to get your head around a few things to really understand how this is going to work. Now, before we go into what this numerology report actually is and a review of Mike's numerology report or numerologist.com, it's worth knowing exactly what numerology is. So if you already know this, just stick with me here. It will be a very quick introduction. Numerology is the study of numbers and patterns, and it basically tells you certain things about your life, your body, your mindset, even your personality. And it's a very interesting study, but you might be thinking, how is it even possible, right? Well, we'll get to that in a second. But it allows you to uncover really detailed and complex information about the world and also yourself as an individual in the world. It's a bit similar to astrology, but it uses different methods to get the information. So it's using the universal language of numbers. The idea is that when you break down the components of the universe, you're basically left with numbers or, kind of binary code. And you can use this data to work certain things out based on that information. So now let's look at how numerology actually works. The study of numbers is really old. Okay, countless ancient civilizations knew that numbers could be used to interpret the universe and understand how it works. Today, most people don't know anything about numerology, and it's kind of a hidden thing that is trampled on and dismissed as being absolutely crazy. The interesting thing to bear in mind is that numerology readings are not as simple as they appear. To get, a good reading, to actually get a reading that not only makes sense but will also help you and actually give you accurate information, you kind of need to get a professional, a master, someone who really knows what they're doing. And this is why you need to really only consider things like numerologist.com and the reports I'm going to share with you. Because as I'll explain, there's several which don't really work and the quality is really a big issue here. So the concept behind numerology is that your life is impacted by your birth date, your birth name, and several other, personal factors that go into this calculation. And you can find yourself going through different layers of number combinations that have various meanings. Even a simple numerology reading can actually give you quite a lot of information. So it works like this. The concept is based around this life we experience in the 3D world. It's kind of limited, and it's limited in terms of the dimension we experience it in. So most of us move through time in the fourth dimension in a linear way. We can't go back in time, and we can't, go forward faster than everybody else, right? Well, the idea is based around this, okay? Our true selves are actually multidimensional, so our souls can experience life in different realities and dimensions at the same time. This is how astral projection works, and this means that everything in your life, so your soul is kind of timeless, but the physical body in the 3D world is bound and limited by time. Numbers transcend those limitations. They're kind of like a fingerprint that can give you hints about your future and hints about explaining your past. Fingerprints left by God or whatever you believe is the creator of this reality. This is the exact point that most people drop out and think, this is absolutely nonsense, I don't believe in this, it can't be possible. I thought the same thing before I actually did a numerology report and before I really understood and, opened my mind to these sorts of things. So it is real, okay? There are various aspects at play here. The study of numbers, interlinks your life with personality, numbers, and how it all links together. It's surprisingly accurate, to say the very least, but you'd know that if you'd already done the report. The basics of numerology are pretty accurate. Things like your life path number, your soul urge, your expression numbers. When you hear a personalized video, and like I said, the link in the description will take you there, where you can get a free video with all of this information. When you hear things like an explanation of what your life path number is and how it relates to you individually, you'll be amazed at how accurate this is. It's almost like somebody that really does know you deep down is describing who you truly are, how you behave, how you think, how you tick. And how can they possibly know that? Like, the accuracy is unbelievable. Now, when you get into the more advanced stuff, like looking at your birth charts, star signs, linking astrology with numerology, that's where you're going to probably have to pay some money, right? It's usually not available for free, this type of information, especially when you're getting a reading about your future and how it's going to, fit together. But I have to say, when I first did this numerology report, I was actually really surprised at how accurate it was. And this was just a free information version of it. There's different versions, of course, it's got different levels to it. You can decide to pay for an upgrade and get more advanced information and readings, or you can just get the free report, which is a personalized, I think it's like a 20 or 30-minute video, personalized just for you, explaining your specific life path number, your expression numbers, soul urge, personality number, birth date, whatever. Okay, these are really important to know, and they can tell you a lot about yourself. So how before we said numerology was kind of an ancient practice, right? Going back thousands of years. Well, when was the last time you actually studied what specific numbers in your life means? The chances are you've never done it. And so you're not able to understand what they mean because you haven't practiced it. You haven't done it. You haven't tried. And that's why it's important to either learn the techniques yourself, which would take a long time, or pay for a report from somewhere like numerologist.com. But I understand, how you're thinking. You're probably wondering, firstly, does it work? And secondly, how does it work? What can I actually learn from this? If I were you, okay, and I wish somebody told me this straight when I first started out, I would say just click the link in the description, do it right now before you forget, and just go and watch the free video. Enter your information, get the free personalized video, and have an open mind. What you'll find is that over the 20 minutes or whatever that you watch the video, you will be blown away by how accurate it is and how all of your previous expectations and beliefs kind of get thrown out the window, even if you're skeptical, because I was hugely skeptical of numerology before I actually did something like this. Hugely skeptical. I thought it was absolute nonsense, but then I did it, and then I actually saw, heard the video, and I was blown away by how accurate it was. I went on to buy the upgrades and, the more advanced reports. It's really interesting. There really is something to this that I think you need to check out. Now, there's different ways of breaking down the numbers, and they really do go into this in quite a lot of detail. They give you a personalized report. It's done using a Pythagorean chart, and specifically I'm talking now about your expression number, known as your destiny number. There's all kinds of different numbers here that you can use, which then gets broken down through a few algorithms and calculations into a single digit number. Now, I'm going to make another video explaining these different types of numbers, soul urge, life path, whatever. But if you're watching this video has gone on for quite a long time now, I would strongly recommend you click the link in the description, enter your information, and as accurately as you can, because the accuracy depends on you giving them correct information, like your proper name, proper date of birth, for example, and just see what the video says. See what messages it gives you, because I was blown away. And I'm not just saying that, I really am very amazed by the accuracy of this report. And I've tried several of them. This was the only one that really seemed to make sense for me. I've tried several free ones online. This one that I'm talking about, that's links in the description, is the one that made the most sense for me. It felt like it was made by somebody who knows me, like a best friend kind of thing. Really interesting. Highly recommend you check it out. And I'd love you to leave a comment letting me know what you think about numerology in general. So leave a comment, check out the link in the description. Make sure to get your free report. I mean, I don't know how long they're going to be doing these free videos for. My recommendation is a solid 2 thumbs up, 10 stars out of 10. Check it out, and I'll see you next time.